Hi everyone, welcome to Lily Best Divinity Live. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Thank you all for the love and support. Thank you for all the donations and all the bookings and readings, my friends. I appreciate you guys so much. And here we are again. Another manifesting video with tips and tricks, okay? And this one is going to be called What Do You Really Want? I'll put Linda at the end. What do you really want? Making sure you know what you really want, okay? When you're putting your intention out there, when you're doing your affirming, when you're doing your affirmations, what do you really want, okay? This video is all about the do's and don'ts, okay? About flip-flopping back and forth, making sure that you really know what you want. And when I say flip-flopping, I mean 1 minute you're affirming for one thing and you're saying, yeah, this is what I want, what I want, what I want. And then all of a sudden, you don't see movement, because there's always movement in the background, but you just may not be seeing it in the physical. And then you go, you know what, I don't want that, I want something else. And then you go to something else, and then you start seeing movement of what you've been affirming for. And then you go back to that. Can't do that, my friends. When it comes to manifesting, you really, this is why you always see, especially for Neville Goddard, I always hear him go, what do you want? Just tell me what you want, make sure it's what you want. Because once you start affirming and you really want something, you're going to get it. And you better be ready when you get it, that you don't have second thoughts or anything like that, and then you flip-flop again, and then you wish you had it again. So this video is all about that, okay? And my story of something that I did, something that I created, which I feel was a success story. I see it now as a success story because I feel that I learned from it, regardless of what happened. But my story is that me and my fiance were trying to get a house. We were trying to buy a house, and we saw a house that we wanted after seeing like 25 houses, yeah, or more than that. I don't remember. We went into this house, and before we even saw this house, I knew this was my house. Okay, I said, this is it. I just know it is. It has everything that I want. We may have to pull some carpet, but that's okay because I know that this is it. And I remember telling the realtor, this is my house. And when we went in, that's what it felt like. I said, I live here. I don't care what anybody says to me. I don't care what this looks like or it may look like later. I live here. So as we looked into the house more, we saw that things had to be done. The roof maybe would have to be done. The carpet was going to have to be pulled. The windows were going to have to be replaced. The deck was going to have to be redone, really. And it was a lot of little things, but we would have been able to get a loan to be able to do it. So we ended up putting a bid. We ended up not getting the house. Someone else got it because of something about finances, the realtor said. My realtor told me, it's over. That house is gone. Let's just keep looking. We kept looking, but I was still affirming. I was saying, I don't care what you said to me. I didn't hear that. I heard you saying to me, they took our offer, okay? Because that's my house. I don't care. I don't care what it looks like in the 3D. And as I was looking at other houses, I kept affirming and always saying when I would look at one of the houses, well, I'll do this, to bring the vibration of moving in to my home, the one that I want. But I know this is not the house, and we're not, none of these houses are going to be it. And we saw many good houses, but I did not care. I was like, that's my house, that's my house. And I would always ask him, what happened with it? Is it still pending the other people that they took their offer? And he said, yeah. He goes, I don't really see, things falling apart, deals falling apart. And I thought to myself, but you're going to see this deal fall apart because it's not their house, it's my house, and they're going to find something that's best for them, okay? Because I always, when you do things like this, you have to bless the other people involved in it because you don't want anything bad to happen to them. I want everybody to be happy out of this, but I know that this is mine. 3 weeks in, long story short, he comes to me, he goes, you're not going to believe this. And I go, what? He goes, the house went back on the market. I said, really? I know it freaking did because it's my house. And he goes to me, yeah, it went back on the market. And I'm thinking, wow. He goes, and they're taking our offer because he asked them to keep our offer in mind in case it fell apart, but he didn't believe it will fall apart, the deal with the other, the other buyer. So they take our our bid, and our bid was the lowest, okay, because we knew things had to be done to the house, and we knew we were going to have to take a certain loan to be able to do it. And as we're there, 3 weeks later, we put the bid in. They were taking too long, and I started to think, I should have never done this, people. I started to think of all the things that had to be done to the house, even though I knew it could be fixed with the loan. We were going to be approved for it. And I started to get doubt. And I know now that the reason I got doubt, I was getting doubt, was because of old programming, and an experience that I had past years ago with the first house I ever had that was falling apart. And I was just like, oh, I think we should walk away from this. Out of nowhere, I said, I think we should walk away from this, because I started getting cold feet, and I was flip-flopping, people. I didn't stay true to what I wanted. I knew it was mine. I knew that I can have it. I got it in 3 weeks. That other deal fell apart, and it had something to do with the roof, okay? And we believe the guy already saw another house and wanted the other house and just used that in the inspection to get out of it, and I didn't care because we ended up getting it. But I started in transition of everything. I started flip-flopping. I started getting scared that we had to do this, that we're going to do this. What's the roof going to be on time? That this is what happens when you're programmed for years, okay? Thinking that you're not worthy of it. And the way I ended up, it's very important to know, the way I ended up having that deal fall apart and having him take, the other person take our bid after all of that. I used to visualize myself what it would be like to sit in that living room on my recliner looking at my Christmas tree, because I'm a Christmas person, people. Okay, I'm a winter person. And I would just visualize it over and over and over. And I would do what I did many times before, visualizing. Every time I would go to the door where I live right now, I would visualize that I was walking up to that door of that house that I wanted, opening it up, and seeing the open space of what it looked like, and saying to myself, isn't it wonderful that we got the home and everything is perfect? And that's what I should have done. I should have continued with that and not put doubt into it. But I put doubt into it because old programming, old thoughts of thinking that you're not worthy of having stuff, of all I had to do was what I did in the beginning, was see the house perfect. That's all I had to do. And it would have happened very quickly, because it happened. I got it very quickly when I was told that I couldn't, when I was told that someone else had it. Then I tried to manifest it back again, because I started thinking it was just that I was scared. I can manifest this back again. Well, people, the weirdest things happened while I was doing this. That's why I said there's always movement, always. Someone else ended up getting the house, long story short, and they ended up getting the house for what we bid on it for. This is the craziest thing. We were still looking at homes. And I am going to move into a home right now. It's not that home, but the number of that house is 28, and so is the number of this house is 28, and they're both in the same town. Okay? The person ended up closing on the house around the same time that I would have closed on the house, around the same time I wanted to close on the house. And I knew all these things that I was seeing was to see that you have to know what you want. You have to stick with it. Once you know it, you have to, no matter what you're seeing. I was seeing too much of the 3D. I got scared that the person was taking too long. It made me think even more of the things that had to be done. That's not the way you manifest. You have to manifest by just seeing it in perfect condition. Just seeing the situation as you want it to be. What I was doing in the beginning, that's why it worked so fast. In 3 weeks, maybe it was even less than 3 weeks. And it worked so fast. Why? Because I knew. I knew. I didn't care. I wasn't seeing anything that anyone was telling me. Not the realtor, not anyone that they were telling me that it wasn't going to happen. And that's why I say you need to know what you want. You can't flip-flop back and forth. When you really, and be prepared to have what you want. Because I was not. And now we did buy a house. And like I said, it's 28. It's just, the number of the house is the same. It's in the same town. And this house is not exactly everything that I wanted. It's very different from the other house. But I know that if I still want that other house, I will still get it. Okay? Because I've seen it. That's why I say you're very powerful. We don't know how powerful we are until we put it to the test. And I put it to the test against the odds of what other people said to me. And I see it as a victory, not a failure, because I learned so much from it. I really learned when they say, know what you want and be sure of what you want, and then go for it full force. Affirm you have it. Visualize you have it. Live in the end that you have it. Every night I used to pretend that I was sleeping in the bed in that room, and the way the room looked, and what I had in the room, where all the furniture was going in the room, what my office was going to look like. People, we are so powerful, but we have to know what we want. We have to be sure of it and ready to receive it, because you will get it, my friends. So I am moving into another house, and I have to now know, do I still want to firm for that other place? Because I know I can have it. I know I can still have it. I know anything can happen. And I remember even thinking, that's okay that that other person got it, because they're going to fix everything for me. And when it's time for me to go into that home, I can go into that home. And it's my choice if I want to, you know. And I bless the home that I'm in now, because I don't want bad things to happen in that home, because I wanted the other home. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So that's another thing. Bless everyone involved. I even blessed the person that brought the house, because I said to them, you know what? In my in my vision, I said, thank you. Thank you for everything that you fixed in that home for me, you know? Because I know there is still movement. Even when the closing of my new home, I was getting alerts for homes in the same town for the same price that I wanted to buy the other house for, and that the other person ended up buying it for. So this is what I'm saying, people. You will see signs of it, and you have to continue and continue. You will see people getting things that you want, and you have to continue, but you have to make sure that you are sure of what you want. So ask yourself a few times, is this what I really want? And am I ready to have it? Okay? And how will I feel? And if you get crazy things happening while you're doing this, stay focused, okay? And know and keep telling yourself while you're visualizing, and know, you know what? I deserve this. This is what I want. It's in my heart. That means that it's already here. It's already mine. Okay, my friends? Please comment below if you're a flip-flopper. Or if you had any experience like this, or if you can relate to this. I hope this helped, these manifesting tips, on, know what you want, my friends. Much love to everyone. As always, I salute the divinity within all of you. Happy manifesting.